Good morning, students. We already started the topic parts of speech in the previous class, and we have gone to the first three parts of speech: noun, adjective, and pronoun. And this class, we are going to discuss the remaining parts of speech from verb to interjection. Before getting into today's class, we will just recap the previous session. Noun is a naming word which can be the name of anything. It can be a person, place, animal, object, quality, etc. An adjective is a word which qualifies either a noun or pronoun. A pronoun is a word which is used in the place of a noun. And this class we are going to start the session with verbs. A verb can simply be defined as a word or phrase that describes an action, condition, or experience. For example, India won the cup. The USA is the largest economy in the world. The chief guest will give away the prizes. In the first and the last sentences, the verbs are used as action words, whereas in the second sentence, the verb simply shows a state. Next, we are going to discuss the different kinds of verbs: main and auxiliary verbs, regular and irregular verbs, transitive and intransitive verbs. First, we will see the difference between main and auxiliary verbs. In a sentence, if the verb does the main action, that is called main verb. If the verb does the supporting role, that is called either a helping, supporting, or auxiliary verb. See here, the children are playing in the ground. Here, the main action is done by the verb play. So, play is the main verb. Are supports the main verb play. So, are is a helping or auxiliary verb here. Next, regular and irregular verbs. The verbs which form their past and past participles, that is verb 2 and verb 3, simply by getting d or ed are called regular verbs. All the other verbs are called irregular verbs. Regular verbs are otherwise called weak verbs, irregular verbs strong verbs. For regular verbs, I can give you examples like love, loud, loud, define, defined, defined, develop, developed, developed. For irregular verbs, go, went, gone, write, wrote, written, etc. Next, transitive and intransitive verbs. A transitive verb needs an object, whereas an intransitive verb does not need an object. Tell is a transitive verb, say is an intransitive verb. When you use the verb tell, you have to mention the object. When you use the verb say, object is not necessary. For example, the notice board says tomorrow is a holiday. To whom it says? Here the object is not necessary. But when you use the verb tell, I told him what you told me to tell him. So when you use the verb tell, object is necessary. The verb which needs an object is called transitive, otherwise it is intransitive. The next part of speech we are going to discuss is adverb. An adverb is a word that describes or gives more information about a verb, adjective, adverb, or phrase. It is not necessarily only verbs. An adverb can give more information about a verb or adjective or another verb or phrase. For example, she smiled cheerfully. The house was spotlessly clean. In the first sentence, cheerfully is for the verb smile, but in the second sentence, spotlessly is for the adjective clean. In the first sentence, the word cheerfully describes the verb. In the second sentence, the adverb describes the adjective. Next, we are going to discuss the different kinds of adverbs. First, adverbs of time. The adverbs which show time are called adverbs of time. For example, already, ago, before, after, yet, never, yesterday, tomorrow, soon, lately, seldom, etc. For example, I have not seen him before. I haven't spoken to her yet. She will be here soon. I can reach there early, etc. Next, adverbs of frequency. Always, usually, never, sometimes, occasionally, once, etc. It is always cold in this room. I normally go to the gym. I never go to the gym. They often go out for dinner. I occasionally eat junk food, etc. Next, adverbs of place. Here, everywhere, upstairs, downstairs, near, nearby, abroad, etc. Is that your scarf there? I have lived here for about 2 years, etc. If I say I am going to UK, I am going to the UK for higher studies. I am going to Ireland for higher studies. So if you mention the name of the place, that is a noun. But if you don't mention the place, that will be an adverb. I am going abroad. I am going to Ireland. Ireland is a noun. I am going abroad. Abroad is an adverb. Likewise, here, there, upstairs, downstairs are adverbs of place. Next, adverbs of manner. In what manner an action is done. He runs so fast, but I can run only slowly. So fast, quickly, slowly, these are adverbs of manner. Next, adverbs of degree. Almost, partly, fully, completely, rather, quite, too, enough, perfectly. I am fully prepared. I am partly prepared. I am rather busy. She is almost 30. They are perfectly suited, etc. The last one, adverbs of affirmation. This is simply to confirm. Certainly, surely, definitely, apparently, obviously, undoubtedly, surely you are mistaken, definitely I'll come, etc. The next part of speech we are going to discuss is conjunction. Conjunction is a word that is used for joining either two words, phrases, or sentences. Bread and butter is an instant breakfast. You can meet the manager either in the office or in the boardroom. I was late, but I was allowed to attend the meeting. So, in the first sentence, the word and connects two words. In the second sentence, or connects two phrases. In the third sentence, but connects two sentences. Next, we are going to see the different kinds of conjunctions. First, coordinating conjunctions. These are used to link or join two words or phrases or sentences that are equally important and complete in terms of grammar when compared with each other. Equal importance, equal ranks. Uh, the same examples we can have. Bread and butter. So and here is a coordinating conjunction. Next, subordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions connect two classes. Subordinating conjunctions connect a dependent and an independent classes. Uh, Example, although, as, before, once, though, until, whether, etc. Though I was ill, I attended the meeting, I came to college, etc. Correlative conjunctions, they are pairs of words uh, used in a sentence to join different words or groups together. For example, either or, whether or, neither nor, etc. The next part of speech we are going to see is preposition. Preposition, we can simply define preposition. Pre means before, post means after. Position before a noun or pronoun. A word or phrase that is used before a noun or pronoun to show place, time, direction, etc. For example, in, on, into, onto, in front of, instead of, etc. For example, the book is on the table. In spite of his illness, he attended the meeting. So the words on and in spite of are prepositions. Next, we are going to see the different kinds of prepositions. If there is only one syllable, if the preposition is a single word, it is called a simple preposition. If there are two syllables, a combination of two words, it may be called double prepositions. Leave it. If there are two words or more than two words, the preposition can be called either compound preposition or phrase preposition. In front of, instead of, in the middle of, by the side of, or phrasal prepositions. The last part of speech we are going to see is interjection. An interjection can be defined as a word or phrase that is used to express a sudden expression, a sudden feeling, maybe a surprise, pain, pleasure, etc. For example, oh, hooray, wow, alas, and so on. Wow, what a wonderful match. Alas, we have lost the match by 1 run. So the words wow, alas are sudden expressions. They are called interjection in English. Hope you have understood all the parts of speech in detail. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.